Hello dear friends, let's talk about problems of Peugeot 307. Unfortunately, the Peugeot 307 is not as reliable as you would expect. Although nothing significant will break down, numerous complaints of minor failures have been reported. Since 2005, the electronic system, until then much criticized, has been upgraded. Most problems are caused by models from the first month of productions. In the following years, some defects have been eliminated. When buying used 307s, take a good look at the service booklet. It should be kept in mind that since 2002, Peugeot has called the owners of the Peugeot 307 for service, as it has detected over 15 different problems with the ignition system, seat belts, and even fuel leaks. Peugeot 307 gasoline engines. On models manufactured until July 2005, idling is sometimes restless, jerking at the acceleration. Remedy: reprogram the engine control unit. On the first Peugeot 307 1.4 petrols, it is possible to loosen the cylinder head gasket. Oil consumption. In some Peugeot 307 1.6 gasoline engines, very close to the manufacturer's standards, car can burn up to 0.5 liters of engine oil per 1,000 kilometers or 5 liters per 10,000 kilometers. Peugeot 307 1.6 16V 100 horsepower gasoline. Problem with bobbins. Recommendation: cleaning nozzles more often at 40,000 kilometers when the spark plugs are usually replaced. 2.0 engine 137 HP. On the Peugeot 307 manufactured between October 2002 and April 2004, it can put the engine into safety mode, limiting speed to about 120 km per hour, and start a light that indicates engine failure, caused by guilt in engine management software. Gas problem. In July 2004, reprogramming the ECU, if necessary, replacing the throttle body. 1.4 HDI engine. Peugeot 307 manufactured until September 2003, poor retained for EGR valve. In extreme cases, they cause a short circuit and fire. Revocation November 2003, EGR valve holder replaced. 1.4 HDI engine. The Peugeot 307 produced until September 2002 placed the crankshaft. Revocation in July 2003, installation of additional ring on camshaft. 1.4 HDI diesel engine. The Peugeot 307 produced by the end of 2003 is having a difficult cold start to the engine, which is mainly due to the appearance of air in the fuel system of injectors or high pressure pumps. The fault was solved by a valve in the fuel return. 1.4 HDI engine. The Peugeot 307 produced by early 2003 is heavy on ignition, especially when hot outside. The problem was solved by reprogramming the engine computer. Peugeot 307 manufactured until July 2002, risk of high pressure in the fuel system. It can cause diesel leakage and engine shutdown. This anomaly usually occurs at the start of the car exploitation, less than 20 kilometers. 1.6 HDI 110 horsepower diesel engine. The Peugeot 307 produced by mid-2005 has a startup problem due to the uncoordinated functioning of the engine computer and acceleration pedal. The problem was solved by reprogramming the computer and engine. EGR valve. The Peugeot 307 equipped with 1.6 HDI engines manufactured between January 2006 and January 2007, in which the electronic EGR valve control is programmed with an alarm of too sensitive a threshold causes the engine to malfunction and can sometimes prevent the car from starting. Revocation January 2008. Download new software with improved sensitivity. 1.6 HDI 110 engine. 307 manufactured by December 2004. Risk of damage to the return hose on the diesel injection system. Risk of diesel leakage. Revocation in April 2005. Hose replacement. 1.6 HDI. Diesel engines often have problems with the plastic wand to check the oil level. Peugeot 307 turbocharger damage in 1.6 HDI. Lubrication is a key issue in the turbocharger rotor, turning several times faster than the crankshaft. Surprisingly, the Peugeot 1.6 HDI uses a thin tube to supply oil to the turbocharger. The oil has to go through the rounded tube upwards. A clogged tube will damage the turbocharger in no time. An overhaul will be inefficient without replacing this tube. 2.0 HDI 136 engine. Peugeot 307 manufactured until August 2004. A possible problem with the EGR valve affects the proper operation of the engine and can sometimes prevent the car from starting. 2.0 HDI 90 HP diesel engine. For models manufactured by the end of 2001, engine malfunction while driving, knocking low acceleration at low RPM. The problem was solved by reprogramming the ECU engine. 2.0 HDI 90 horsepower and 110 horsepower engines. The Peugeot 307 produced by June 2001 can cause diesel to leak, caused by friction of fuel hose against air hose. The fuel hose may end up bulging. Revocation in February 2002 bowel movement. 2.0 HDI 110 horsepower diesel engine. In a small number of cases, oil leaks on the main shaft. Transmission 2.0 HDI to 110 horsepower oil leak on main shaft. It affects a small number of cars. Problems with steering wheel power steering. Peugeot 307 FAP particulate filter. The FAP particulate filter is not present with the 2.0i HDI diesel engine starting production and 1.6 HDI 90 horsepower. Other diesels have a particulate filter which requires a special liquid aeolus supplement. The fuel tank is located on the fuel tank and has a capacity of 3.5 liters. Important notes: do not mix different types of aeolus fluid. In some cars, there is a fluid level sensor in the tank. It has to be said that compared to the other engines in the Peugeot FAP is not too problematic, and most importantly, it is cheap to replace. Unblock diesel filter message. Problem on a Peugeot 307 with the diesel engine, the usual unblock diesel and filter. Message is that they appear on the screen. The problem is caused by the accumulation of unwanted particles on the FAP particulate filter, because the vehicle does not drive at a high enough speed to burn these particles. If you mainly use your car in the city, then this may be a problem for you. Solution: you will need to take the car on the highway and drive it at high speed for about 2500 RPM for at least 15 minutes to allow the filter to warm up enough to burn unwanted particles. This should solve the problem. Sometimes HDI engine suddenly loses power and the display shows the message "Anti-pollution fuel." After a few minutes or several hours, you can start the car and it works flawlessly. However, the problem remains. The engine error lamp illuminates. It should be a fuel pressure regulator. Some Peugeot 307s also have fuel spills when refueling, and the faulty tank valve is to blame for this. 307 produced by mid-2002, that was a vibration at speeds of 80-140 km per hour, and especially vehicles with 17-inch wheels. To solve this problem, you need to balance the wheels and center the trap. Front shock absorbers. On models manufactured between 2002 and 2005, there is sometimes a leak on the shock absorbers of 40 km. Suspension is very delicate, so if you notice any crunching creaks when shopping, give up because repairs are not cheap. Vertical stabilizers are most commonly injured on the front ladder. Complete series Peugeot 307 manufactured between February 26 and March 16, 2001. They were called for subsequent control of the front wheel bearings because they were wearing out too fast. One or both bearings were replaced as needed. Brakes. Peugeot 307 manufactured between April 27 and May 10, 2005. The brake hose was not correctly positioned back on the right. The risk of premature wear and tear, thus leakage, therefore diminishes the brake assist. Revocation January 2006, control and replace hose if necessary. There has also been problems with the ESP system that can sometimes be activated unnecessarily. Intermittent external door handles. Peugeot 307 before restyling, the side groove is larger on the front wings than on the rest of the body. Door handles. On models manufactured until July 2001, they may be stuck in the raised position. The Peugeot 307 produced between mid-2001 and mid-2002 may be a tail light leak caused by poorly fitted gaskets. Back door. On the Peugeot 307 manufactured until July 2001, 5-door lock dysfunction and interferes with or prevents it from closing tri-adjusting. The sunroof. On models manufactured until July 2001, it sometimes closes poorly, creating wind noise, easily adjusting the guides. Side moldings. On Peugeot 307s manufactured until May 2002, they are poorly fixed and detachable. Rear bumper. On models manufactured until July 2001, poorly fixed. Repaired vehicles 2-screw added. Peugeot 307 fire hazard. The 307 became known, among others, for a faulty batch of cars susceptible to fire caused by a short circuit of an electrical installation of an ABS pump. Error fixed for free. Front seats, 3 doors. On models manufactured until September 2001, the seat tilt handle provides resistance to handling. Radio control. On models manufactured until November 2001, satellite radio buttons are sometimes inefficient. On models manufactured until March 2002, sometimes an incorrect indication of the oil level. MIGFC. On models manufactured between May 2001 and June 2003, the internal electronics malfunction on the blinker lever. Radio. Regionally average admission. 3 improvements were made at the plant. February 2002, March 2003, and a restyling from July 2005. Automatic time wipers optional. On models manufactured between June 16 and 26, 2003, there is a risk of rain sensor weeping, which includes oddly timing wipers. Starting. On models manufactured between March and November 2005, it can start the engine caused by BSI program defect. BSI reprogramming solution. Water can penetrate the fuse box. This leads to various types of disorders. Alternator. On gasoline versions, 1.4 and 1.6 produced between September and October 2002, the risk of damage to the alternator wire by excessive catalyst heat, installation of heat shield. Models from the start of production often catch fire. The source is an unreliable power steering. Peugeot 307 damage to BSI computer. The central comfort model of BSI intelligence board is not too reliable. The most common cause of BSI damage is water dripping from through the hole on the left side of the car. Often the problem gets worse after replacement. It creates a micro leak, and that is enough to damage the electronics. Sometimes it helps to dry the computer. For caravans, they want to discount the 5-door shock absorbers. Like its predecessors, the Peugeot 307 is a popular car for buyers. HDI diesel is a recommendation. Do not take models with weaker equipment, as they are more difficult to sell. Buying a Peugeot 307 is a kind of compromise. An affordable and comfortable car is obtained, but one has to count on the fact that at some point a workshop has to be visited. To eliminate minor problems, it does not have to cost a lot. A condition for low cost is to buy a specimen in good condition, which will not require large financial expenditures for the injection system, a flywheel. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, and if you're the owner of this car, then share your experience. It will help others to choose a car. Goodbye.